they see something as their creative vision, as they kind of baby something. Is that something that you learned early on? Is that something that you struggle with at all? Are there any times you are given notes and you have a hard time adapting those notes?
I'll push back if it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I think because I heard these things so many times as I was coming up in the industry, yeah, I'm pretty open to taking notes. I was brought in to fix other people's notes, so it was very much a part of the process from the get go. But to give you an example, I wrote a book called The Fifth to Die. It was like my third or fourth book. The very first scene in it starts off with a dream sequence. And I sent it off to the editor, and my editor kicked it back to me. He's like, I think we need to take out the dream, and maybe start the book here instead. And I asked him why, and he said, "Well, there's this very famous blog post that says that different things that you're not supposed to do to start a book, and a dream sequence is one of them." So I found this blog post, and then I dug down into it a little bit and realized that this was just another author who basically just wrote up his particular thoughts on what you should do to start a book and what you shouldn't do to start a book. And over time, editors just kind of adapted it as gospel, but it was really just one person's opinion. So I think that the truth of it is you need to understand the rules that are out there. And once you understand them, I don't think there's anything wrong with breaking them. And a lot of times rules aren't really rules. They're just somebody's opinion. So if it works for the story, I think it needs to stay. Another book I had, The Fourth Monkey, was shopping that with agents. I have diary entries from a serial killer's point of view. It's a police procedural novel. I had a lot of agents that told me to take the diary entries out and just turn it into a straight up police procedural. That book came out almost 10 years ago. It's still hitting the bestseller lists around the world. And those dream sequence or the serial killer diary entries are some of the most favorite parts from the readers. If you go through the reviews, like that's the part they actually like. So if I had listened to agents back in the day and taken those out, that book probably wouldn't be doing as well as it is today. So, it's good to listen to everybody. If multiple people are telling you that the same thing is wrong, you're hearing that same problem from different voices, then you should probably put a little credence to it. But if it's just one person, decide for yourself, like, does it need to be there or does it need to come out?